As most of you can tell, episode 2 is missing. I've been using free audio tracks to make my videos, and unfortunately, one of the track owners decided to take my video down. I know episode 2 was really helpful for some of you guys, so I'll change the audio tracks and re-upload it in a few days. With that said, I am looking for producers to make beats for my videos. I'm mainly looking for lo-fi or hip-hop beats. I already have a guy who made the beats for this video, so hopefully this video doesn't get taken down. I'm looking for more producers, so if you're a music producer, feel free to message me. Out of the 35 total Toros, I've sold 29 of them already. Each pair cost around $208 after tax and shipping, and I sold most of them for around $252. This gets me around $44 of profit per pair. Now if you multiply $44 by 29, then you see that I've made a profit of around $1,276. In this video, I'll be showing you guys exactly what I did wrong so you guys won't be making the same mistakes as I did. For this release, I ran sneakers, FOOTSITES, and Shopify, so stay tuned to see what I did wrong and what you can do to not make the same mistakes that I did. Oh, and by the way, before people start asking, I didn't go for the Great 5s because I wanted to save my money for the Zion release. For the Yeezy Bones, I was gonna run for them until I saw that Adidas and Yeezy Supply only had around 1,000 pairs. I decided against it because it's really not worth going for shoes that have such low stock. On July 5th, there was a rumor going around cook groups stating that there was going to be a restock of the Supreme Air Force 1s. They said that the shoes would be restocking early in the morning on July 6th. I had a lot of plans on the night of July 5th and I really didn't want to wake up early in the morning for a rumor that might not happen. So at around midnight, I set up Mek, Cyber, and Kodai, and I started my tasks. I wake up the next day at around 10 AM and I saw that I got 4 checkouts. In total, I got 3 black pairs and 1 white pair. They've already shipped already, so I'm just waiting to get them in hand before I sell them. So yes, you can cop while you're sleeping. Yes, that's right. You're probably wondering why nothing was happening in the live cop video. Well, I kind of fell asleep, so I slept through the whole drop. So mistake number 1, don't sleep through the drop. Don't stay up too late the night before a drop because you might miss it, just like I did. Now I'm personally a light sleeper, so like alarms wake me up like in an instant, but I didn't even get the chance to set an alarm because I was so tired the night before. So please, make sure that you have enough energy to wake up early in the morning for the drop. For the Jordan 1 Smoke Grays, I really wanted to go hard on this drop. I wanted to cop as many pairs as I could with random sizing. Now usually I don't really go for Shopify drops, but for this drop I went for Shopify, FOOTSITES, and sneakers all at the same time. Now here's the deal. Whenever I run sneakers, I usually run a 1-to-1 task to proxy ratio. For this drop, I wanted to experiment and try a 2-to-1 proxy to task ratio, which means that for every 2 tasks that I had, I was using the same proxies. Now you might be wondering why would you do this, right? Well, I had leftover accounts and I wanted to use all of them because more accounts means more entries, and more entries means that a higher chance of copying more pairs, right? In comparison to the 29 pairs of Toros that I copped like a week earlier, I got 0 pairs. 0 from sneakers. Hold, 0. Some of you might be wondering like, oh well, maybe all sneakers bots didn't really hit, so that's probably why you copped 0 pairs. But that isn't true. Some of my friends copped 15 or more pairs and I copped 0, so I know that Nike filtered me. I'm pretty sure I got 0 pairs because I tried that stupid 2-to-1 proxy to task ratio. Doing this probably got my entries filtered. So guys, make sure that you're always running a 1-to-1 proxy to task ratio whenever you're running a sneakers bot. FOOTSITES, I wanted to avoid Foot Action, Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, and Champ Sports. This is because their new payment processor has been canceling everyone. So I decided that I wanted to go hard on Eastbay, Finish Line, and JD Sports. I specifically set up Cyber and Kodai to hit those sites. Now for FOOTSITES, I always do a 1-to-1 task to proxy ratio. For example, if I only had 100 proxies, then I can only run 50 tasks on Foot Locker and Foot Action. And this is where mistake number 2 comes. Guess what I did for this drop? I reused all 100 of my proxies between Eastbay, JD Sports, and Finish Line on Kodai and Cyber. Who would have thought that was a smart idea? Don't ever use your proxies across multiple FOOTSITES. Since the drop was so early, I was pretty tired and I was really frustrated, so I decided to just let my bots run for the whole 4 hours. Since the drop was so early and I was tired and frankly frustrated, I let my task run while I go ahead and took a nap. I woke up 4 hours later to only 1 checkout with Kodai, but I didn't even get an email for it, so I'm gonna assume it's ghost. The only time I go for Shopify drops is if Yeezy Supply and FOOTSITES aren't dropping at the same time. This is because for Shopify drops, you need to manually solve captchas in your bot, which means that your bot needs your full undivided attention. Well, guess what I did for this drop? Yes, you're right. I did not give Valco my fully undivided attention. I was trying to solve captchas here, captchas there, and then my FOOTSITES task was going on, and then my sneakers drop was going on, so I went to check on it, and then I come back to my captchas and see that I didn't solve it at all, and everything was going loose. To be honest, I was a little overwhelmed. Going for 3 drops all at the same time is something that you shouldn't be doing by yourself. In addition, I hosted Balco on a really laggy Google server, which was really bad. Somehow the captures wouldn't appear until like 3 seconds later, and when I started clicking on the checkboxes for the captchas, they really wouldn't show the clicks until like 2 or 3 seconds later as well. So while your friend over there was copying shoes, I was still solving captchas. So remember, whenever you go for Shopify drops, give your bot your fully undivided attention, and make sure your server can handle your bot. Now for the upcoming drops, we're looking at the Yeezy Zions and the Jordan 12 University Golds. For the Yeezy Zions, I think that this pair has really high demand. So personally, I'm gonna go for random sizing and I'm gonna try to cop as many pairs as I can. For the Jordan 12s, I believe that you should try to get some slots for it, or at least find local buyers so that you have a preset condition of how many pairs that you want to buy. For the Jordan 12s, I do believe that the hype isn't as big as the Zions, but I still think that it'll make money. I'm personally going to try to cop a couple because I have some clients that need pairs. And lastly, shout out to TCLICK proxies. If you didn't know already, I'm super picky with my proxies. I spend hundreds of dollars a month trying to find the best proxy providers in the game, and TCLICK has been one of the most consistent ones. So I suggest you try their DC proxies, which works really great on most sites. And remember, don't forget to use code IAN20 to get 20% off your order.